which was interesting.
This was
We,
very
we
interesting.
get a clip of a car pulling up, and the Street Profits are standing there, and then they were like, "Are you ready to talk?" And then it's Bobby Lashley, who has been gone for however many weeks.
Where's his trophy? He didn't have his trophy, Sarah.
Shut up. I'm intrigued by this because Lashley's been gone. The Street Profits haven't been on TV that much recently. And I kind of am hoping that this is going to be a heel faction because, again, Bobby Lashley, he can do everything. Obviously, people love him. People love to hate him. But he's just so much more interesting when he's like an ass kicking bad guy. And I feel like the Street Profits would be amazing as heels. But I don't know if they're willing to explore that yet because of how over they are. But regardless, I love this because if we're not going to get the Hurt Business, then give me something else.
Bobby Lashley's at the stage of his career right now where managing a faction wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. What I get from this is that we're going to have the Street Profits finally turn heel and be just the guys that, were screwed out of everything. If you are paying attention to the Easter eggs, Montez Ford has been screwed out of so many matches,
Yeah.
including the Money in the Bank one with the shoulder up against
Mm-hmm.
LA Knight. They're all little telltale signs
A
that
pretty deadly thing, too.
a pretty deadly thing with the shirt. They're all telltale signs that he's pissed, fed up, and just wants what's his. And then you're going to see the different side because he hasn't really explored that side of his, persona. And
Yeah.
to have him align himself with a guy like Bobby Lashley too, who I think the only thing missing from his repertoire is that he's just not a high flyer, which is totally
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, because
And
he's a giant
Montez
man.
has that element. Like, he's a
Yeah.
gigantic human.
Yeah.
It's awesome that they're doing this because it now legitimizes the Street Profits a little bit. And you know what? It just popped in my mind. I want your thoughts on this.
Okay.
It kind of gives more of a like a hipper, newer Authors of Pain.
Yeah. I can see that.
More personality for sure.
Well,
Way more
yeah.
personality.
Yeah.
That's a given. But in the sense that the Street Profits need to come out of this faction because of everything I just said with a chip on their shoulder, like massive family sized bag of chips on their shoulder.
Well, and Lashley can too because of like being held off WrestleMania and having to be the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Memorial winner or whatever. Yeah.
And go down that road with like kind of Bobby Lashley. That's a good point. With you can kind of peel back the curtain a little bit because that's what they do in this stage of wrestling where you're hearing things and you can kind of say things that the fans wouldn't have known 10 years ago, but now they do because social media exists. So now you can say that as a reason why you turn heel and went to these guys because we're fed up and all this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just go on a rampage. Maybe they take down the tag team champions, or maybe they feud with another tag team or whatnot, and they become tag team champions for SmackDown. It just there's a lot of avenues you can go down with this, and I'm happy that they're doing this with the Street Profits because you're right, there does need to be more heel factions.
Yeah. Well, and they're utilizing factions so much
Thank
in
God.
WWE now, which is great because I know we're fans. Obviously,
We're
we've talked
fans of
about it.
factions.
So, yeah, I would love to see something like this, especially because Bobby Lashley is fun to watch. He's one of the big guys that I think that people can stomach to watch every single week.
Oh, absolutely.
Because there are some big guys, that are not fun to watch all the time. And then the Street Profits should not be sitting in catering as much as they have been recently because they're so good and so entertaining that I don't care how they get them back on TV. As long as we get to see them on TV and get to enjoy watching them in the ring and entertain us, then I'm for it. I just hope that it is something that is elevating them. Oh, snap. Sorry. I do hope that it is something that is elevating them and that makes sense. Because I don't want them on TV and just being squashed every single week. But
you're right.
Yeah, I think that this has the potential to be like really, really interesting.